In Minneapolis, what you are seeing right now, the destruction, all this outrage, all this violence that's taking place now, is a buildup. A buildup of tension, a buildup of anger, and the reality that black people live in and are starting to understand. They are sick and tired, just like I am as a black man. Black women and black men are sick and tired of being targeted by police. They're getting sick and tired of being targeted by racism. They're getting sick and tired of this racist society, this racist world that we live in. The peaceful people that we used to be, that's starting to come to an end for a lot of people who don't have peace in their hearts anymore. Gone are the days when you listen to these old ass people in our community who did nothing but try to go along and get along. That's not working anymore, because going on and getting along is what kills us. And that's the reason why many people are dying now when they are trying to turn the other cheek. So now the people who are sick and tired of turning the other cheek are out there doing what they are doing now. This is what you're seeing right now. When I was a kid, ladies and gentlemen, back in the 80s, early 90s, I heard about things that happened to black people like Bensonhurst and stuff like that. We even had the Rodney King situation that happened when I was a young person of, I think about, I had to be about 12 or 13 years old. If it was 91, I was about 12. And we heard about these things and we saw what happened, the aftermath of the Rodney King trial. How people in Los Angeles went totally crazy and started rioting, and it was total destruction and chaos. Same thing's happening now with this man. As I said before, yes, he was a swirler, but it's bigger than him being a swirler. I mean, his white fiance comes on and says black people need to forgive the police. No, fuck that. No, we're not listening to the goddamn thing she has to say, because we don't give a fuck about her. We care about this man's life because he's a black man. We care about a black woman's life, Sandra Bland, and many other black women, Breonna Taylor just recently, who lost their lives to police, who lost their lives to hatred. Okay? And when black people continue to see this, the ones who are trying to remain peaceful because they've been told they should be peaceful, even though they want to be, a different type of way, are starting to act this other type of way now. That's what we are seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're seeing. And there's no mistake about what we saw in the video with this man, Derek Chauvin, with the officer, Derek Chauvin or Chauvin, whatever the fuck his name is, killing this man right here. Okay? There's no denying what we saw there. That was murder captured on video. And I also don't want you to make any mistake that this former police officer now, because he was fired, is the reason why all this is happening. He may be a factor in why this is happening, just like the death of George Floyd is a factor in why this is happening. But this is bigger than even that, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me. I just mentioned Rodney King. I mentioned stuff that happened in the past. I mean, there was a situation in Florida, I believe in 1979 or even like maybe early 80s, where there was a black man who was killed by police, brutalized so badly by police that his skull was cracked open. The people in Florida, the black people in Florida, caused chaos over this. What you're seeing now with the people breaching the precinct where this particular demon and the rest of his cohorts were posted, this is only the beginning of what's going to be even worse over there. Okay? Because the outrage, the anger that people have been keeping inside because they continue to see their people being brutalized and killed by people that are supposed to serve and protect all people, it is starting to get to a breaking point. Well, actually, I shouldn't even say it's getting to a breaking point. Now it's already it's exploded into anger, into rage. That's what you're seeing right now. I want you guys to see this. I'm gonna play this video really fast for you guys to see. This is fair use, of course. Just want you to see this for viewing purposes. Check this out.
Oh boy. We've got two CHP cruisers.
The people are not playing out here. They've had enough.
What is going on, guys?
And I swear if I lived in Minneapolis, I'd be out there with them.
LAPD officers
No questions asked.
Protest for the better part of the last hour or so through downtown LA.
There you go.
This is what anarchy looks like. This is what anger looks like. This is what rage looks like. This is what outrage is. I know there's going to be people out here that don't agree with me. These white supremacists, these people who get offended by what people say. Because the world we live in now, people get offended so easily over things. But black people get offended and get angry over things that actually matter. Okay? What you're looking at right now is what you've probably seen on other people's videos or you've seen throughout the internet. They went to this man's house and put murderer on his front driveway. In his driveway right there. As a sign of I can't breathe, because that's what Mr. George Floyd was saying when his oxygen was being cut off, because this officer, you know, very cavalier, just put his hands in his pocket and put pressure on this man's neck. And then you see someone who's wearing the, you know, they're wearing their face mask because of this corona shit that's going on. It says evil hides behind this badge. And it's the badge of Officer Derek Chauvin, or Chauvin, whatever the fuck his name is. This makes me proud that black people rolled up to this bastard's house. And they did this to his house because he deserves everything he's getting. All these police officers, all the white supremacists out there that have this hatred for black people just being alive and existing, they deserve far worse than this. But I'm not going to get into that because I can't say what I really want to say when it comes to this particular subject. But I'm going to say this. This shit made me happy. It really did. Because I'm telling you, people, you are seeing something that you should have seen years ago. This is the true revolution. Now I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to see the revolution because the revolution is not televised, but you're seeing a shift. You're seeing a change right now. You are seeing shit that you have never thought you would see. There are black people living in this time now that were thinking they would never see a time where we would be living the same kind of, you know, time where we learned about in the 60s, the 50s, when people were getting hanged and lynched, and we're living it. And quite frankly, there are a lot of black people getting sick and tired of it, as you can see. This is only the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. We got to keep what we have inside, what we have. Well, I'm not going to say what we have inside, because what you have inside now is being unleashed and the whole world is watching. But we got to keep this same energy. We cannot let go of it. It's time to stop getting beat up, beat down, and starting to stand up and face forward. Face it head on. Okay? Because this shit has to stop. And it ain't going to stop unless you make it stop. From what I understand, the National Guard, or I should say in this case, toy soldiers, have been called to protect this man who killed a black man unjustly without cause. So that's why people are not there now. You see all the stuff on the ground that they already did while they had the chance to do it. But now he's being protected. They're protecting the murderers. This is what they do. They protect murderers because the murderers are them, and then the people who are the victims become the ones who are wrong in their eyes. Makes no sense because we know it's wrong, but to them, they're doing what's right. Okay? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I know a lot of people don't get the notifications on my channel. I don't get the views that I deserve to get, but it's not even about that. Somebody will be watching this, and I'm just putting my commentary out on this. This is how this is starting, and it's going to get worse, I'm telling you right now. I saw that video of that man, his life being snuffed out, and it actually brought tears to my eyes. And I don't cry easy. I cried a lot when I was a kid because I was a kid, but as a man, it's not that we're told as men not to cry. It takes a lot to make me cry. And just imagining myself in that situation, which I would never want myself to be in that situation, it's just devastating. It really is. And I don't think I could have stood there and watched it. I probably would have got shot because I would have had to help that man. I could not let this happen. And if it was a woman, you best believe I would have got killed because I would not have let that happen to her. If it was me, I would have done everything I can to get those people off me. Even if I had my last breath, I would have tried to knock them off my body because they're taking my life. You heard of Mississippi burning? Well, now Minneapolis is burning. Hatred must come to an end by any means necessary.